Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to taste test homegrown Florida coffee against another sample of Guatemalan coffee, and we have no idea which is the Florida coffee and which is the Guatemalan coffee. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Now, for some of you that may be surprised to hear, coffee actually can be grown in Florida, and there's a lot of people that do grow coffee as a hobby. I'm one of those people. I have a friend on the West Coast that I recently met on Facebook, and she actually grows coffee on the West Coast on 2.5 acres. Her property's 2.5 acres, but she's got some coffee plants out there. I don't exactly remember how many. I think she has about 20 plants, and those are the variety that is called Caturra coffee. And we were chatting one day, and I said, hey, have you got any roasted coffee? And she says, yeah, I got some. And I says, can you send me a little bit? Let me try it out. So, you know, what she did is she sent me 2 little packages of coffee, just enough to make probably 1 cup. And I ground up the coffee, and I have 2 samples. Now, she did not tell me which is the coffee from Florida and which is the coffee from, well, she gave me another one from Guatemala. So I'm going to make these 2 packages. I'm going to remember which, I think she marked one with different letters, and then I'm going to note which one I like the best. And if one of them's really terrible, then, you know, we'll find out. I hope that the Florida coffee is tasty. I hope it's good. Let's get to it. Didn't get a lot of coffee, but it's probably enough to make 1 cup. You can see that there. It's like it's probably about, let's take a peek and see. It's probably a couple tablespoons. There's 1. There's 2. I'll just move this over so you can see a little bit better. There's 2. I'd say there's about 3, say 3.5. So I have 3.5 tablespoons of coffee, and I'm making a mess. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I've already messed up my cup, I'm going to clean out my cup and I'm going to come right back. Alright, so my coffee is in the strainer with a coffee filter on the bottom, and I hope this works. Got my boiling water right here. I'm going to hold on to this just in case. I'm going to pour my boiling water over my coffee. Okay, so here I am, and I've got approximately 4.5 ounces of coffee liquid actually in the cup. Now remember, I use a very small amount. This is probably, I would say, a couple, maybe 2 tablespoons of bean, roasted coffee bean. And from having done the process of filtering it through here with water that was pretty hot, it did give me about 4.5 ounces of coffee. Now, I'm going to go ahead and taste that, see how it tastes. Okay, this one tastes like a regular coffee that you would get pretty much anywhere. I know I can make this better by just adding some sugar, if you like sugar, and a little cream, milk, something like that. So it's good. It's not really a harsh, bitter coffee. It's an average type of a coffee. Now, a lot of times, obviously, you know, where the coffee is grown has a lot to do with it. I don't know if this is the Florida coffee, but we're going to call this A, okay? This is coffee A, and the other one we're going to make now has an F on it. I wonder if that means it's Florida or if she tried to trick me. I don't know. Well, I'm going to assume that this is not the Florida coffee and that I really don't know which is which. And I'm just going to say that A tastes like coffee and F, I don't know yet. Let's get to it and I'll let you guys know what happens. All right, so here we go. This is coffee F. We're going to go ahead and put that into the grinder. Again, it's a very small quantity of coffee. And we're going to go ahead and grind that up. Okay, that's all set, and we're going to go ahead and start doing that fancy little coffee brewing thing I got going on when I come right back. I got my coffee F. Don't know which one that might be. Again, I got sent 2 samples. One of them is, my understanding, from Guatemala, and one of them is from Florida. This one's labeled F. I don't know if that means Florida. I don't think so. Let's find out. Let's spread this out a little bit. You guys that are coffee roasters and coffee brewers and barista, what is that word? Barista, whatever that is. You guys are laughing at me right now. I know you are. Now, one thing I'll say, this water, this time, is a lot hotter than the water that I did before. I don't know if you guys want to comment about that. I think that might make a difference. All right, here we go. The other coffee tasted okay. I'm hoping this tastes at least as good as that. Let's go for it. The aroma is good. And you know what? The flavor is good too, but it's milder. That one was more intense. This is a little bit lighter, but nevertheless, it's a good tasting coffee. So, you know, with that said, I don't know if this is the Florida one, and I don't know if the other one was the Florida one. We're gonna find out, because I'm gonna ask Bonnie, and in my next video, we'll talk more about growing coffee in Florida, and we'll also let you guys know which one of these was the coffee that was grown in Florida. Let me say thank you to Bonnie for sending me these samples. Really appreciate that very much. I'll be talking to you soon so that you can tell me which one of these coffee packages was the actual Florida coffee. I want to shout out to my friends at Extreme Coffee Growers on Facebook. If you're a little crazy, like some of us there are, not all, but some of us are a little crazy because we're trying to grow coffee in places like Canada. Yes, we have a member from Canada. And we have lots of people from all over the world, okay? If you want to be part of our group, just check us out on Facebook, Extreme Coffee Growers. And now we're Extreme Coffee and Cacao Growers because we also are getting real excited about growing cacao. And we do that outside of the traditional tropical areas. So some of our people are really pushing the limits and learning about growing something that is not easy to begin with, but they're also doing it outside of the traditional area. Again, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, everybody. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the little bell that says, update. So this way, when the next video comes out, we'll talk more about coffee and we'll reveal which one of these was the Florida coffee and then share a little bit more with you about it. Thanks. Have a great one. Thank you for coming by.